Greetings, fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to Minecraft, as seen on TV. And I think that's the first time I've done an intro without it being cut off by something. So, without further ado, let's get back to the tour. Where we left off was Firepower Tower. Now, why is it called that? Well, you'll see. I'm gonna have to go into creative mode here for just a minute. And, you know what? For the heck of it, let's turn it to night, also. Set it to midnight, and flip the switch. Yep, fireworks, people. That's what it does. It's quite loud, too, if you can hear that in the audio. So I'm going to turn it off again. Watch the last of them fizzle out. So yeah, spent a good deal of time working on that, getting all the redstone mechanisms to go up the tower and give off little impulses to a dispenser up the top there. And that will set off fireworks. It's made in a pagoda shape because everyone knows that China, infamous for early fireworks. So let's keep on trucking. That was Firepower Tower. And now we're going to walk across the frozen lake to this structure over here. Now I've got the render distance turned down even farther than last time, so hopefully we won't have any lag, and I'm going to go back into survival mode. It's more fun that way. So this right here will be, emphasis on will be, a Roman style bathhouse. Like I said before, I love building structures that are Greco-Roman. But this one, I actually have not had time to finish yet. The kingdom is constantly under construction because, like I said, way back in the beginning, that is my favorite thing to do. So I've got this first chamber done, this little tile pattern on the floor that has carved pieces of pillar and chiseled quartz blocks. And the interior stops right here. It's just grass and snow in this part with a little bit of roofing and overhead torch lighting there. Here's the second entrance around here. And, under a tree. And if I back out, you'll see that that's all of this building that is done to this point. And when I finish it up, I may show that off. But honestly, the kingdom is, like I said, under constant construction, so maybe at some point, when I've got quite a few other things built, I'll do like an extension to this tour. But as far as the tour goes right now, we are going to pick it back up here at the gristmill and water wheel. I always wanted to make one of these little things as a kid. I never got the chance to. If you've ever seen any kind of a gristmill, it does have the water wheel, and the water flows over it. And in here would be a grindstone, where things like up here, wheat, would be thrown down onto it, and it would be rolled over by a large round stone wheel that would crush it into flour, good for baking. So I do have a mechanism here that if you push the button, it should dispense wheat, and I think that one, yeah, that one threw it all the way across. Wow. Didn't used to do that. But yeah, it'll dispense wheat down onto here just like a real gristmill would. Can't make a rolling stone yet, because, well, again, it's Minecraft. There are no round rolling objects. This right here, with stairs, is the best that I could do for a water wheel. I'm no master builder, but hey, I'm getting there. I like to do it for the fun of it. Not quite as, say, skilled as perhaps Hypixel, who I'm sure many of you have heard of. Does amazing maps in vanilla Minecraft. This right here is the Moon Theater, play on Shakespeare's Globe Theater. And if we step inside, it's got 3 doors. It's got little concession stands here, each with labels. Pumpkin pie, cookies, glistering melons, a drink, which would either be water or milk, so I chose milk. And then you got bathrooms here in the lobby also. This one, gentlemen, it's got a row of toilets and sinks. And it's got a mirrored ladies' bathroom over there. And up this staircase. There we go. there is a chandelier, as every theater should have a chandelier, and then on the other side here, there is a Pokeball that I added just for the heck of it. Just because I thought it would be a fun thing to add. Here is a sign. It says, "Do not disturb when the play is in session," because that would be very rude. But thankfully the play is not in session. Even if it were, heck, I'm in charge here, right? Right? It's gotta wait for me. So, here are the stairs and the audience of lovely snow golems who make a mess all over in the stands here. With their plain pumpkin-y heads. Now, if I go back up the stairs, so that I can get a better view of the stage, and minimize lag, you can see that there are the house lights running along the side here, and there's a lovely red velvet curtain around the stage. Now, I actually do theater in school right now, and I've loved acting and singing for years. I've done a couple musicals, so I just kind of mirrored this stage after something that I would like to perform on. Now here, these stairs actually act as sort of visors for the torches behind here. If you've ever seen the movie version of Phantom of the Opera, the stage in that opera house has something similar. Back in the old days when they had to do all the lighting via torches, they would have these little visors on the front so that when you're looking at it directly, you can see everything that's going on stage, but you don't have this torchlight hitting you right in the face. It's kind of a ingenious little thing. Now, this is a trapdoor, again based off of the Globe Theatre, built by Shakespeare, or designed by him, not actually built by him, but designed, and it goes down to the Glowstone Mines. This play is actually a little spoof of an old Minecraft adventure map called the Gourd Avenger. I'm sure you can still find it if you try to look it up on the forums. So there's a little tree made out of wood and wool, stage material, little stone block tower. Every good show needs a stone block tower. It just, I don't know, makes it really cool. And here is the old king with hat on head, made of solid gold. And that's all, like I said, a spoof from the map Gourd Avenger. Now, if you go down the trapdoor, close it behind me, it's a little understage area that goes to the backstage area. And this would be where all props are stored, where actors could prep for the upcoming show, and then obviously they can also step out of the curtain here to the edge and see the audience, or you've got the stage doors on either side that will lead onto the stage itself where you go and you perform. But I'm going to jump off downstage center, and I'll say that about does it for the theater. So head right back out, and downstairs across the blue velvet rug, and out the door. Ka-tink. So walking along the path here is just a little courtyard in front of the theater. It's got a glowstone block here for two reasons. Number one, it lights it up, makes it look kind of fancy in the night. And in fact, see, I'll just turn it to night for a second there. Yeah, it gives a little more illumination from within. It's harder to tell with this texture pack, but I'm sure you get the point. And these are stone benches in the courtyard, just again for a little ambiance. And continuing along this path, this used to be the very back of the kingdom, and it is the barn. The barn here, it's got pigs, chickens that look like ducks right now, sheep, and a wolf. Get out of the barn, wolf. You can't jump the fences, so get out of the barn. Ooh, this is a bad idea. Okay, well, you know what? The animals are safe right now, and the wolf is now trapped. So, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've also got a mushroom in here. It's kind of a little prized animal, but Wolf can't kill anything as long as the fences are there, and that's why I put them there. Everything is safe. Now, here's the other side of the arch, and this one actually does have the spiraling staircase that allows me to go up, and onto the ramparts, and I can climb up onto the arch itself if I wanted to. So I'm going to hop back down. Oof! Walk along the path, and take a look at this structure right here. Now this, it's hard to recognize with this texture pack, but this is bedrock. And this structure has been dubbed Creeper Tower. It does have a creeper face on it, made out of lime wool. But this was kind of made as a shelter for when I was still doing some more survival stuff on this map, and it was made specifically out of bedrock so that it could not be destroyed. If I wanted to run anywhere, escape from any mobs, and make sure that that structure would not be blown up by creepers in the process, I could just hide out here, and I knew that everything would be alright in the end. This right here is probably the one of the simplest buildings. Again, another early one, kind of like my house, and it's made out of cobblestone and wood. It's got a couple bits of chiseled stone there, but otherwise it's pretty plain. And this is the inn. It's got a little check-in station with a glowstone block, and a bit of a cash register there is what it would be. A jukebox, a little dining area, and upstairs it's got two little suites for singles and for couples, and the only difference... Oop, I threw the egg there, and the door is glitching out. Great. There we go. The only real difference between the single room and the couple room is that this is a single wide bed for a single person, the other is a double wide bed for two people. Otherwise, they both have little wardrobe cabinet chests that you can use for whatever you want to store. It's got a lamp, just like my personal bedroom has, way over there. And it's got a little washing basin so that you can wash up. So close those doors. And they don't glitch out, yay. There we go. So heading out the back of the inn. And we can come over to here, and this sign says, "Who needs a graveyard? I'm going to be buried in style." This is one of two little vanity projects of mine in the kingdom. And it is a pyramid that has glitchy doors. Everything's glitching out right now. With my luck, it's probably lagging too, but there we go. It opens and closes automatically. And in here, it's got solid gold and diamond blocks. Took a long time to collect all of these. It's got a little bed and a chest here that has rotting flesh, diamond armor, and a couple of other riches in here. And essentially this is a little spoof that I made, kind of like the Moon Theater, except this one is a play on how you never actually die permanently in Minecraft. You can always respawn, and you always respawn close by, unless of course you're doing it on hardcore mode. But at the time I built this, hardcore mode did not exist. So it's got booby trap right here, kind of like any good tomb. Any good ancient tomb needs a booby trap, but it's just kind of my own little tomb that I made, a spoof of how you can never die in Minecraft. So, heading back out the front, and I'm going to climb up and over this. There is my original farm. I made it right out here, and it's got a little bit of wheat, pumpkins, melons, cactus, and reeds, sugarcane reeds, and those were particularly hard to find in this world. You can see that now I've got them planted behind my house over there, and even out front on the beaches. But in the beginning they were particularly hard to find, and I had to go quite a ways on the map to get those, and so I brought them back, and I made sure that I planted them in tons and tons of places. So the last place I think we're going to go in this segment of the tour is this ship right here. Its name is the Grand Worm. Grand Worm actually being an inside joke on an old ship that looked like a dragon. For those of you who don't know, worm is an rather old European term for dragon. So these are dispensers with buttons and fire charges. They're a lot like the tank or the airship. They act like cannons. And again, like the airship, this is the hatch that goes down to the interior of the ship. These ladders act as the rigging up onto the sails and masts. There is a single lifeboat in here, so if there's more than one person on the ship, you better run to get to it. It's like the Titanic did not have enough lifeboats. And here's the mainsail, and 2 other masts, and if I climb up these stairs right here, you've got the 3rd mast, and this is also used for a rudder and steering. So this is my lovely ship, the Grand Worm, and it's hard to get to by ladder, but there actually is a crow's nest up there, and if I cheat yet again, I can actually fly up here, and you can get a really good look at what the very short render distance will allow. In fact, seeing as this is the end of this segment of the tour, I'm actually going to up the render distance to normal and let that all load up. Could take a few minutes. But yeah, in the next segment of the tour, and hopefully the final segment, we'll be touring the arena, the Mage Tower, the Space Shuttle, and way over there, hasn't quite loaded yet, my own Endstone Castle that I spent quite a while perfecting. So, until then, with this lovely world loading up around me, this is Centurion Kronos of Megatron 2100 Productions, and I will see you guys later. Signing off.